Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Success is a pretty misconstrued topic in society, and I wrote a note about it, and this is really cool because this note includes kind of like a poetic tone to it, which I've never done before. I like accidentally did it, so then I made another one just like it. I start this beautiful piece of work saying you'd have to lose yourself to feel found. You'd have to lose yourself to feel found. What does that mean? The obsession with nonchalantness and being effortless is taking a toll. Music that charts is always backed with a brand of a person instead of just an artist. For my demographic, it's people like Travis Scott, Ice Spice, Playboi Carti, Billie Eilish, Kendrick. All of these in your head are just individuals that make music, right? You think of these names and you picture one person. But behind the scene, it's all an illusion. A little camera trick that's run by many more. So many more people. You'd have to lose yourself to feel found. I define losing yourself as giving up your own values and path of freedom in exchange for money, power, success, all those yummy words. Basically selling your soul, as I've talked about before. So you have your own path of freedom, which is the stuff that you will be happiest on, right? Your freedom path is the stuff that you know you will thrive on, and you'll be happy. You'll be free. You'll feel the freedom. And they're also your own values. Your own values that you hold are like morals and stuff. So a good example is like a CEO of a company might put money above morals, right? They would rather get $1 billion than care about people. Like, that's just how they run. Their path of freedom and value, they hopped off of that path to go onto a path of money, right? But what they don't realize is now they're losing the freedom and value. I don't know. Like, it kind of gets in the way. It's not the same path. It's very hard for it to be one, because culture constructs a society where it isn't one. It can't be one. It's one or the other. You can't have both. You could if we allowed it, but we don't. We as people don't like that. We don't want people to have both. What happens when you give up yourself? It's usually described as being empty or like there's a void inside. You are still you, especially from the outside, but you are driven by things that have nothing to do with you. It's all external. It's like freedom is the food that you need to really live life. And giving yourself away for money is like trying to eat the food with your hands. So money is so intriguing. Power is so intriguing. Success is so intriguing. And it's in your brain, it's like, oh, that's the food I need to live, right? But you're not eating it the right way. You can't digest that stuff. You can digest being happy and loving life and doing stuff like that. But that sounds so stupid, doesn't it? You want the money. You want the stuff that you can't digest. You want the stuff that you're trying to eat with your hand instead of your mouth because you can't eat it with your mouth, right? Like, it's like, how are you getting that through to you? This stuff does not reach your soul in any way. It's just external. I hope you're getting that, right? The stuff that really gets to your soul is the stuff you can actually consume, which is natural for you. Like love and kindness and all the stupid stuff that you get taught since you're like 4 that actually has a reason. It's feeding all what's around you, making you feel like this is what I wanted. You know, you're trying to eat it with your hands and it's making your hand look good. It's making everything around you look good. So you're like, this is what I wanted, right? Yeah, this is what I wanted for sure. Or this is what I was shown as success, right? When I go on Drake's Instagram and he's pictured up by a Rolls Royce, that's success, right? That's success. So as soon as I get that, I'll be fine. This is what success is, right? I got all the things they told me would make me valuable, right? When you say things like that, you're being tricked. You're tricked. Success is already here. Success is being on the journey of life. That's success. Success is the fact that you're even alive and you can think. That's success. Success is those type of things. Success isn't getting something you don't have. You have it, right? Success might be changing something you have. Like maybe I'm too mean to people when I shouldn't be. So my success could be being nicer to people. That could be success. The same exact way that a Rolls Royce could be. Being nicer to people, honestly, is more important than a stupid car. Over time, this void you've opened starts becoming bigger, and in doing so, it's basically eating you alive, but not physically. You know the whole mind body thing? This void pulled up for an all you can eat. And the only thing on the menu is your mind, my love. Like this thing pulled up to your crib and it doesn't want to eat you. It wants to go inside. That I don't know about this. This analogy isn't working in that way. Hold on. But basically, this void eats thoughts. It eats mind. It eats creativity. It eats work, right? That's what it wants. It's going to go until it's gone. If you're still a person, but you're not creative, you can't think for yourself, you can't do all this independent stuff, you're literally not a person. Like, I don't know. I think you still technically are a person, especially in the name of the law. But you're on the same operating level as a squirrel, as a dog, as things that aren't human. Like, the whole thing about being a human is thinking. So when we're not thinking, what are we doing? With the money you got, you can shower yourself in upgrades and designer to look better than ever, right? Get all the surgeries you want. You can look beautiful. All the sleepless nights of self-hatred and having no clue why you feel like hell all the time can get covered up by the pretty things you find at Saks Fifth in a beauty store, right? Just throw that stuff on and now people can't tell you didn't go to sleep last night. People can't tell you hate yourself anymore. People think you're good. So that's great. You'd have to lose yourself to feel found. You truly would. This is how someone finally feels found. Look at it like this. If what I'm describing is success, and success is what's glamorized and what you strive for, that means everyone else fell for it too. If it's being broadcasted as this is the thing everyone wants, and everyone agrees that that's what they want, everyone's falling for the trap. Everyone. Literally, it's not just you. So even if you go against that, you're still looked at as odd now. Like, it's like this whole game is set up before you even born. Like, it's so stupid. People don't see you as valuable as Taylor Swift because she is successful in the minds of the culture. People associate success with everything people like her have. She has the pretty clothes, expensive lifestyle, and people around her that treat her well. Plus, she looks happy. For her brand and marketing, this is great because it aligns her with her own little space to take over and be associated with. When you become above a person and you're instead a brand, that's very good for sales. Sales go up exponentially, right? Because you are now more than just a person. If my brand was a certain color, people would think of me when seeing that color, which helps me tremendously. That would be crazy, right? That would literally be unlocking like a money glitch, basically. But what you don't realize now is you're taking away the color from everyone else. Everyone wants their own color now. They say you get your own color and they're like, well, you're a person and I'm a person. So in order for me to feel valuable, I need my own color too. But there's only like 7 colors. Or I mean, like technically there's like millions, but base reality, there's not that many colors. Not everyone can get their own color. So the whole branding thing really takes away that self-love, you know? Like your self-appreciation goes down because you're not like these people who you're told are the people you should be like. For her brand and marketing, this is great because it aligns her with her own little space she can take over and be associated with, right? So now you see certain stuff and you're like, oh, that's something she would wear. That's something she would do. And she's becoming more than a person. People think they know her when she's never spoken a word to them. Like, it's funny. She becomes much more recognizable. But for the culture, the things around her also become recognized as must-haves for feeling like how she does. The thing I said about Drake posting up next to a Rolls Royce is the same thing. People associate Rolls Royce with being as happy as Drake feels, instead of realizing that it's the mind. It's not what's around, bro. And probably bro isn't even happy. Like, it's like, this is how standards get stamped into place. You'd have to lose yourself to feel found. It's sad because everyone else will literally treat you better once you do it. Once you have the Rolls Royce next to you, once you become more than a person and a brand instead, people treat you as such. People treat you better than just a person, which is horrible. And that's why people want it. People strive to get to that level because they want to be treated better than a person. But that, like, you're not realizing what that comes with. People don't actually know you. People are telling you things that they think they know about you. Human nature is designed for a small group of people. Like, your society and community is supposed to be like, what, 100 people? Like, it's not supposed to be millions. So through a lifetime, you get the chance to talk to everyone individually. And these people know you on a personal level. That's how a community is supposed to be. But instead, we're all online showing versions of ourselves that aren't even real. And we're looking up to people who we've never spoken a word to. And that's who we want to be. So our everything's a little messed up here. Everything's jumbled, right? This is not how it's supposed to be. Once you lose yourself, once you let your own morals and values get ratioed by the vision of success, it's like you got boxed, one pumped, and emoted on, but everyone still celebrates because you found a way to make it funny. So you made a mistake, right? You can't do what you want to do, but you played it off like it's funny, so it's chill. Everyone's fine about it. But in reality, right, from the outside, it's light and jokey and fun, but on the inside, it's a loss of skill, passion, and control over what you really wanted to get the number one victory royale. You didn't want to get one pumped. You didn't want to get boxed, but you did. So you took what happened and you played it off like a joke, which was good for the audience, but inside, right, internally, you're sad because you didn't get the number one victory royale, which is what you wanted. That's why you started the game for. So, you know, it's this whole thing where I can get as much stuff around me as I want, but I'll never get the win, you know, because that's internal. That's a whole different thing. So I hope that frames it a little bit better, is that now you can start to see, like, you lose yourself to feel appreciated by other people. If I won the game and got the number one victory royale, people are going to see me as just like, oh, you're good at the game. Nothing special. But because I'm funny and I'm bad at the game, people are able to relate to me more. They're able to be like, oh, just like one of us. We also can't play the game. But truly deep inside, you wanted to play the game, bro. That's all you wanted, was to be good. That's like what it is here. A lot of successful people have that, where they're doing all the stuff that looks so good from the outside. From the outside, it's like, oh my God, you played that off so well. Oh my God, that's so funny of you. Oh my God, that looks so fun, right? But on the inside, they're not winning in the way they want to. They're surrounding themselves by stuff that is associated with winning, but in reality, nothing. They're lacking. Anyways, I just think it's difficult to feel loved in a society constructed of standards and illusions. All the values are ever changing and never last. You can have $1 million, but as soon as someone compares you to a billionaire, it's not enough. The values keep running away farther and farther. I bought the best shoes, the best equipment, the best trainer, yet I still couldn't catch up to the past I let slip so easily. With no hesitation, I turned away from everything I knew was good for me, just for a moment of spotlight. Shining was so important. So important that I would use the light inside to fuel it. I became hollow. All my insides are dimmed, but everything around me is so bright. I'm in constant sunshine, but my thoughts feel like stab wounds being hit with salty rain while I'm running home, a place that I convinced myself still exists. It's all a lie. When your favorite performers get up on stage, post on social media, or talk about luxury in a song, it's all a lie. Maybe it's true in the fact that they have what they say, right? They say they have 10 hoes by them and they got 10 girls by them, and they are where they are doing what they are doing, right? They say they're somewhere, they might actually be that place. But the emotion behind it, the energy carried in the words they speak is false. Rappers sexualize and objectify girls only to be seen as godlike and above. This is our fault as a whole mass group that became an audience for these entertainers. Am I going to blame these rappers for objectifying girls and sexualizing them in every single song? Like, technically, yes, but they're not the issue. They're a symptom of the issue. The actual issue is us as a whole who are the audience. We allow them to have an audience. We're all ears for them. We're open arms. We're like, yeah, tell us whatever you think is good. Like, we're the messed up ones, not them. Sex sells. That's true because we make it true. Being effortless sells when the consumers stop looking up to people who try. Being rich sells to consumers who believe all they want is just a number of money away. Sex sells to consumers who are manipulated and controlled by their primal urges. If any of these consumer groups changed and stopped glorifying the poison, what works would also change and adapt to the new consumers, okay? So it's not the artist's fault or even the team behind them. I believe the people around us unknowingly fall into mental traps set up by generations of people before them. These people in the past and present all promote the disconnect of real life in a manufactured society. They want it to be like this because that's how they make the most money. When they brand things in a way that's brandable, they make more money, but we feel like less as a result. Over time, the fake became seen as the real and the real became lost. You'd have to lose yourself to feel found. You'd have to shed the real to get love from the fake. When your consumer base doesn't want to see someone better than them and they want someone relatable, they're going to be attracted to people who look like they're not trying, okay? So as soon as these consumers realize that they are also important and they can try themselves, they're going to realize how cool it is to try. They're going to realize how much they can do. So then they're not going to be attracted to the performers who always look so nonchalant all the time. You know what I mean? Like, you got to change the consumer base, and then what is being consumed will adapt to match that. Everyone wants to act like the famous people we look up to are desirable and relatable. But success is hollow. We are surrounded by constant pressures, and it's never, ever, ever enough. And it will never be enough to any of them. No matter how up you are, you still have the same brain. My advice, focus on your mind and what it can make. What you consume isn't you. And you'd have to lose yourself to feel found. So when you stop doing the things that are really you, yeah, you might feel found. You might feel like everything around you is just the way you wanted. But you are gone. So success is hollow. Not everything is how it seems, obviously. Just focus on what you got, man. If I ever make it to the big leagues and I'm really up there someday, I hope I have at least a fragment of this still left, because there's no way I will have all of it, which is sad. But that makes right now almost more special because I know it won't be forever. So, hey, a lot to learn, a lot to know, a lot learned, a lot to share. Let me know how you feel about this topic down below. If you learned anything from this video or outside of this video that would relate to it, let me know. Let me know if I helped you. Let me know if I didn't help you. Let me know if you hate me. I don't know, anything. I make songs about this type of stuff. My favorite one just came out and it's called Blakey. It's the name of this channel, and it's my name with a Y at the end. Blake Y. I talk about kind of deep stuff on there, but in a fun way where it's like really enjoyable to listen to. You don't really have to know that it's about deep stuff, but if you look into the lyrics, you're like, oh, that's about something deep. So that's really fun. Subscribe for more. I'm going to be talking about more deep stuff that also might not seem that deep, but like when you really listen to it, it's pretty deep. So yeah, if you're into that type of stuff, you're in the perfect place, because that's what we do here. Yeah, like this video. You made it this far through, so like you probably do. So show it. And yeah, anyways, I just want to emphasize the comments. I really want people to leave comments. I really want to have a discussion about this. So